Today we are inside a 2016 Jeep Renegade taking a look at the uConnect 6.5 infotainment and navigation system. This particular infotainment system is different than the Fiat 6.5-inch system that we see in certain Fiat vehicles. This is the newer system, and it's based on the same operating system that runs Chrysler's 8.5-inch screen that we see in a variety of Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and even certain Maserati models. The 2016 Renegade also offers a 5-inch touchscreen system, and that runs a completely different operating system. It's actually Microsoft-based and quite different than what we're seeing right here. The big difference between the 8.4-inch system and this 6.5-inch system is primarily that we have physical buttons right down here along the bottom of the screen. So instead of taking up screen real estate for touch buttons along the bottom, we have these physical buttons here. That means that the bulk of the screen is actually displaying about the same kind of information at about the same size that we see in the 8.4-inch system. It just doesn't look quite as snazzy. We have those direct access buttons to radio along the bottom, media, navigation of course, phone interface. The More button is where you'll find things like your uConnect apps, SiriusXM Travel Link. This is essentially the home screen that we see in certain other versions of Chrysler uConnect. We have a little gear button over here for system settings, a back button, physical browse and enter button and knob arrangement, power and volume knob over here. Then we have screen controls over here. We can use this button to turn the touchscreen on and off, and then a mute button right over here. The home screen functions exactly as you'd expect. We can click on various things and be taken on over to that option. So that gets you over to the navigation interface. We have SiriusXM Travel Link here for fuel prices, weather, weather map. We also have movie listings, sports, SiriusXM, etc. This system also integrates a cell modem, so we have 911 assist dialing. We also have accident notification. Over here on the uConnect apps, we can actually add additional apps from the App Store, or we can interact with the apps that we already have here. Interestingly enough, Chrysler treats settings as an app. This is where you can adjust things like the display settings. We also have certain limited vehicle settings right in here for the safety and assistance systems, the way the door locks behave, etc. This helps reduce button clutter, and this is actually a little bit more intuitive than a lot of the vehicles out there that put these sort of options in the menu that exists between the speedometer and the tachometer. This is a little bit easier to deal with. We have our fairly typical Bluetooth phone interface over here. You have to pair a phone, of course, in order to make this work. The pairing process with uConnect is quick and easy, so we'll go ahead and pair a smartphone so you can see this. I've gone ahead and accepted that pin displayed, and the pairing will now succeed. You can say, yes, we'd like to use that as the main phone. It'll now download our address book, very much like we see in other systems out there. One nice touch with uConnect that's retained in the smaller screen is we have a dial keypad, which makes dialing or interacting with AVR systems very easy. This system is not quite as responsive as the larger touchscreen system. I assume this does use a slower processor, although Chrysler has not confirmed that officially. You can also access certain settings directly related to your Bluetooth device. You can pair phones, add phones, delete them, set them for audio, etc. We also have access to our phone book now that's been completely downloaded. Depending on your device, it may support messaging, so you can actually have text messages read out to you. We also have speed dials right across the top in the area where you normally see radio presets. Going on over to the navigation interface, we have a fairly typical navigation interface. This should be very familiar to you if you've used a variety of aftermarket navigation products. Again, this is not quite as snappy as what we find in the 8.4-inch screen system, although you'll notice we do have traffic information displayed right there on this screen. Entering a navigation destination is very easy. We can get back to this menu by hitting that nav button right down there. Click the Where To option. We can just type an address right here in the system, or you can use natural voice commands. Both are supported. Address entry via this on-screen keyboard is a little bit sluggish compared to the 8.4-inch system yet again, but this system is very logically laid out, so it's very easy to enter an address into the system. Of course, we're having it navigate us to the address that we're currently located at, so of course it's 0 feet to where we are, but the navigation database is flash-based, so it is very rapid and snappy as far as the navigation commands go. Now, this system does not offer an optical disc interface in the vehicle that we're driving here. Certain vehicles might. You'd find that over here on the media tab. Of course, we just have one media device added. Of course, we just have one media device connected to this system, and that is an iPod. We can click the select source right here and choose between Bluetooth, the 2 USB inputs, and the auxiliary input in the system. We have complete album art information. You can also access the tracks on the current playlist that we're on right here. As we see in the larger uConnect system, fast forwarding and rewinding is very easy. We have a slider right up top. We have a repeat option, shuffle option. We can get additional information about this particular track. The audio option takes us on over to our balance, fader, equalizer, speed adjusted volume, etc. We can go back to this interface and we get the fast forward, rewind, track forward, backward options, play, pause right there. Browse takes us over to a fully featured interface for this media device. We can browse our playlists, our songs, albums, genres, etc. As we see in the larger uConnect system, as well as systems from certain manufacturers like Toyota and General Motors and Ford, you can voice command entries from your music library. You just hit the voice command button on the steering wheel and say play artist Madonna, play artist Neil Diamond, whatever you'd prefer. This is a feature that we don't really see from many manufacturers out there, and in this subcompact crossover segment, it's actually quite unique. Moving over to the radio interface, we have our Sirius XM interface. Again, presets across the top right here. We can click this arrow button and view the other presets, AM and FM as well. We also have the direct tune option here, which is very handy, so you can type in a particular station and just go on over to that one. If we're listening to a music station, we have the option to tag the song right here, and it'll actually transfer the tagged song information to our connected device. You can also favorite the song. We have direct access to our traffic and weather stations right here if you have one set. Again, the option to click over to the audio interface where you can adjust bass, treble, that sort of thing right there. Clicking back to the home menu and then going on to the uConnect apps, you'll notice that we now have a few apps we did not have in previous versions of uConnect. We again have that 911 Assist app, we have the Send and Go app, uConnect Store app where you can actually buy additional apps, TravelLink, Wi-Fi hotspot, we have Yelp, etc. Clicking on into the uConnect Store, this is actually using the internal cellular modem, which does require a subscription in order to download the data and access the store. There are now apps available inside this particular system, including this Advantage package right over here. The Advantage package that's right here on the screen, $14.99 a month, or you can actually opt for a few different yearly packages right here, offers you very similar services to what we see in General Motors vehicles. There are services that integrate with your smartphone or services that operate in a standalone fashion, like Vehicle Finder, Send to Go, the 911 assistance, the roadside assistance call, assist call. If your vehicle's in an accident, you can actually get 911 immediately called from the vehicle. We also have theft alarm notification, stolen vehicle assistance, the ability to remotely lock and unlock your car from the paired smartphone app. You can also cancel the remote start, find your car via horns and lights, that sort of thing, voice texting, Yelp, etc. All that is available, again, for that $14.99 a month, and a trial period is included with the vehicle. You can see right here, it actually expires on this car January 31st, 2017. This is a very interesting way of doing that because you can actually turn that service on and off at any time rather than actually having to sign up with OnStar separately in the vehicle. It's all very well integrated into this head unit. Overall, uConnect continues to be one of my favorite infotainment and navigation systems in this mainstream segment, although the 6.5-inch system is a little bit sluggish compared to the larger 8.4-inch system. The other downside is that this system does not support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, as we do expect to see in the 2017 Buick Encore. That said, this system is more fully featured than we see over there in the new Encore, and it definitely beats everything else in the mainstream segment. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video. Be sure and check out our review on the 2016 Jeep Renegade, and you can expect to see this particular system in a wider variety of FCA vehicles coming up soon.